Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Shelly and Jody with Adjacent.
Yeah,
Jody,
here we are.
here you are.
Here we are. So, um, yeah, so I had something that I did not realize that it was going to make me feel so nervous recently.
It's so funny.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a creature of habit. I am a creature of I like to do basically the same thing every day. Hence, that's why I was a teacher for 30 years because it was basically a very set schedule and I liked that. But recently, Shelly and our good friend Jessica Montanez helped throw the end of the year party and the retirement party at Shelly's house. And we talked about this. Jessica Montanez had put together this amazing charcuterie board. And I have been wanting to hang out with Jessica and Eddie, her husband, forever and get John and Eddie to become besties because I just think Eddie is like,
He's funny.
he's funny. He's just easygoing, fun to just talk to. He always is giggling. He reminds me of Trey, like where he laughs at his own jokes.
Yeah, I love it. And they're both in IT, so that
Yes,
tries. That tries.
yes. And so I was like, hey, Jessica, how about we all four go and have dinner together? Shelly, how nuts was I
Oh my gosh. It
getting
was like
ready for this double
date.
date? It was like I was going on a date with Jessica and Eddie with
Yeah.
husband. It was
It reminded me of Pam Wash. See me, love me. I thought it was so adorable. Jody's like messaging me like it's her first time leaving the house, and hey, what do you think I should wear? I
yeah.
was like, with Jessica? She doesn't care. She
Well,
loves
and I
you. It
couldn't,
doesn't
and
matter.
I had invited Shelly, but she couldn't go, and so
As a
Shelly sometimes
cushion,
acts
as a
as my
cushion.
no, yeah, Shelly acts as my buffer sometimes, and
Yeah.
so I was really nervous. And by the way, it was lovely, but and mainly I couldn't figure out where. It's like, do we go south of the river to make it convenient for them? Do we go north of the river? What are some good restaurants? I didn't really want to go downtown because I find that sometimes challenging. And so I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. And then I was like, well, let's go to Yama's. Yama's, which is very convenient for us. We could walk there.
It's
Uh,
walking distance.
yeah. And so
And we
I
love it. We love Yamas.
love Yama's. And so I was like, yeah, we'll go to Yama's. That'll be great. And they were like, sure, that sounds great. And then I was like, what do I wear?
Yeah. She went through the whole thing like she was in high school and she was going on her first date.
Yeah.
Should I let them touch my boobs?
No,
Like should
no,
I
it wasn't like that.
no, but it was like
Also in
what
high school.
what should I wear? What are we gonna talk
I
about?
know.
What
I
is I
know.
who's picking up the tab? Should we do splitsies? Do we
Yeah.
need to talk about this? What going through the whole process of, oh, what should I drink? Should I just drink Miller Lite? Should I have a hibiscus margarita?
Yes. I mean, I was going through it. And so I sent Shelly a picture of my first outfit was white. And I was like, yeah,
And
white
she looked
in a
gorgeous.
Greek restaurant. And then I was like, oh, it felt a little too like wedding-y. So then I was like, I can't wear white.
Yeah.
Looks
So
like I'm
now,
trying to marry them.
so they went from date to marriage in a matter of a dress choice. That's so funny.
It just really cracked me up. And so I'm sitting there like, so I sent Shelly video of like, what about this? And she's like, yes, of course, that looks great. Wear that. And then I was like, no, I can't wear that. So then I ended up wearing a black dress, but it was at a Greek restaurant, which really you should wear blue or you should wear white or something colorful,
Or
but not black.
or leggings and a tennis skirt.
Yeah. I know. Shelly and I went there yesterday after a meeting, and everybody was dressed to the nines.
Oh
and
my
they
gosh.
had, Shelley, how many birthdays were there? Happy birthday to you.
Oh my gosh, we
6
felt so bad
birthdays.
for the staff. They had 6 birthday celebrations while we were there. And
Yeah.
it was like, and they do a big hoopla, and the staff would come in and just like, they were so lovely. They were so lovely. But it
Oh,
was,
they look like they were having fun. So they
yeah,
gave me one of those very sparkly candles.
yeah.
That looks like fireworks coming out, and a piece of cake. And then over the loudspeaker you hear "Happy Birthday to ya," and then they're moving their white towels around in a circle above their heads. And so we felt a little bad because I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
Shelley and I both worked at restaurants. We understand. Like, but it's a great tradition. It is actually a great place to go have a birthday. So Jessica and Eddie met us at the restaurant. I don't know why I was so nervous. Of course, the minute I saw them, all my energy changed. I was like, okay, no big deal. And so we get the hummus. You got to get the hummus with the pita bread. It's delicious. I mean, I love hummus. So it's one of my favorite treats. And then, and these, the Greek, I think that we got some meatballs or something. But then
you got appetizers on top of
I know. Like I was full already. And then John and Eddie, I guess it was John's idea. He goes, well, let's just get the Greek like meat platter. And it's like, it sounds expensive, but if you saw the amount of food, you would be like, oh my gosh, it's a great deal. It was $175, but it had, let me tell you, it had lamb. It had these Greek meatballs. It had
steak.
It had steak. It had chicken, and then it sits on top of all these home cut fries, and then it had the tahini sauce, and then I guess the dipping sauces, and it was so much food, Shelley. Like I looked at it and I knew it was going to be too much.
After 2 appetizers, mind you.
Yeah, we really just needed, like, Eddie could have gotten one thing, John could have gotten one thing, and we would have all just shared and eaten. Like,
well, and if you've listened to the show at all, John is not a table sharer.
And well, he did. He said, "Let's get this. We'll all share it."
Yeah,
yeah.
And so that is a unique situation. I mean, he already crossed the John line.
Yes.
I mean, him and Eddie are best friends. They shared a plate.
Yeah. John is like Joey on Friends. Like, Joey doesn't share. We cannot tell you how many times we've been to a restaurant. Everybody's ordering like table share, and there's John with his own plate, like hovering over it, like, like not going to share his food.
Well, we're all like so bad about, we all table share all the time. So we assume that everybody's going to table share. And so when they order something, we're like, oh, great, I'll get a taste of that. And so we plan accordingly. But after, 3 strikes with John, everybody's like, you're not getting any of that. So if you want to taste that, we need to order it.
Order another one. And one thing you have to know about John, he's a very good orderer.
He is.
So you want what he's getting, but he's not going to share it with
you. He's not going to share it with you. Yeah. The other day we were at Doc's, and I think we already mentioned this, but he ordered these wings, boneless wings with jalapenos and like bacon wrapped jalapeno chicken wings, and ate all of them. And there was one left, and it just looked like a shriveled hot dog. And he threw his napkin in, and then, Penny was like, hey, is there one more left? And he was like, yeah, but it looks gross. Do you want it? And
but he had eaten all the wings. Wings are for sharing.
Not with John Wynn. Nope. John Richard Wynn. No Sherry's.
No Sherry's. We had a blast with the Montanezes, and they are so cute.
Do you think you're going to have a second date?
I think we are.
Oh,
I think we're going to do it. I think we are going to
south of the river and take them to Cyprus.
I think we're going to go south of the river next time, and Cyprus is great. I know they love all those restaurants, so but I won't be as nervous next time.
It's okay. It was so
Yeah,
cute. It was
it was
like,
funny.
and I do think it's typical is like, retirement and, starting new relationships as a
Yes.
couple. And it's like, uh, you know, walking that line is like, hey, I really want this friendship to work. And I'm sure Jessica had the same situation. She was like, okay, well, don't bring up, the Falcons or whatever. Or, we can only talk about the Cowboys and the Longhorns. Don't have a conversation about school. Don't talk about school. She's done with it. I'm sure there were those
Oh, we talked about
conversations.
all different things. They are they're really sweet and fun to hang out
They
with.
are.
And then Shelly, we went on another double date when we went for Father's Day to the car show
That's right.
at Little Darlings. Boy, oh boy, Shelly, the people watching was amazing. These were all like rock stars. Like they all wore like rock outfits, like jeans. And it was like 102 degrees outside. It was so hot. And then we got to see Mark Cohen's really cool Stingray Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
That thing needs a party.
Oh my gosh, it was the belle of the ball. It was the best one. The best
And
car.
we have to mention this is a couple we've all been dating for a long time.
Yeah.
We've been dating them for a long time, and we try and try to have like a monthly date with them, but there's always
No,
a
there's always something that conflicts with it. And by the way, when we say dating, we're not swingers. Shelly and I, we have nobody new is going to see this body naked. Like
yeah.
that's our no. This is nobody new, right? But we just like to hang out with these guys, and they're our cool friends for
They are.
sure.
They're cool.
They're cool. They do cool things. What I liked when Mark is so talented, and he just has such an eye for what cars to get, how to make them really like, I don't know. He's just like the cool guy,
Not just
flexing
that.
and in his
Not just
element.
that. It's house maintenance, landscaping. He has a really good eye.
Yeah.
If you've seen any TikTok, the women find their husband's shop fan and make all those fun dances.
Yes.
When we do that, it's at Mark's.
Yes.
It's at Mark's garage.
Yes, I love it. Anyway, so it was fun to see him in his element, and he knows everybody, and his
Everybody knows
daughters were
him.
there. They're so beautiful.
Everybody knows him. He's kind of famous.
He's kind of famous. He's kind of a big deal. But I'm so happy for them with their car. They're the fourth owner of that car. I think that car was built in the late 50s, I think. But anyway, it's beautiful, and it was fun. My kids did not particularly like the event. They were there for about 15 minutes, and then Peyton couldn't stand the sound, and she had ordered an egg sandwich, and the egg was about 2 inches tall. So she was like, and I said, hey, if y'all want to go, you can go. And Harry's like, okay. And so they left.
Peace.
But it was fun. I was like, boy, if this was in a cooler day, I would have stayed there all day because, guess who showed up, Shelly?
Who?
Nellie. Remember Nellie?
Aww.
Yeah. We need to catch up with her. She was there, but it was great people watching. Well, hello. Anyway, so that was my John and my date with the Montanezes, and they were great and super fun. We had a blast at Yama's again. So I think we're becoming favorites at the Yama's restaurant. So anyway, I'll let you know if we go on any more dates. I hope they don't break up with me.
Who?
Montanez.
Oh no, she's a lifer. She loves you.
I love her very much.
Yeah.
Anyway, So that was my awkwardness. I don't know. I get nervous about weird things, but anyway, it's all about connecting, right, Shelley?
It's about connecting. It's all great.
All right. Well, anyway, Texas, Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Okay.